Welcome back. I hope you're having a good time. I hope you're learning a lot. We basically, the last thing we did was we added this little read and unread column over here. We have the messages and stuff working, but we don't have any way to view the actual message. And so, if you remember way back, what we did was we based this entire thing on the profile system. And so the deal is, if you look at this, you'll see that this is written out as an H1. And so, when you come in here and you look at the actual bio and the profiles, you'll see that this H1 is in here, but when you're seeing it on the screen, you're not seeing H1, you're seeing the actual heading 1. It's actually outputting the HTML. And so what we want to do, let's take a look at how we're doing that. If you'll notice, this is profile.php. So if I were to load up profile.php, you'll see that down here, I'm taking my bio and I'm doing this thing called HTML entity decode. And what that's going to do is that's going to take that HTML and it's going to make it real HTML. It's going to output it safely and let us view that. And so what we're going to do, we are going to make a new page. We're going to go into user spice blank and I'm going to save as. And then what I want to do is in the users folder, I want to make a file called message.php. We already have messages.php. Now we have message.php. I'm going to go into the admin panel and I'm going to add it. And I'm going to say that it's private and only users and administrators can access it. So what we're going to do is we are going to do something similar with the ID that we did last time. So we're going to say that ID equals input get ID. Okay, so what's going to happen is eventually when you view this page, you're only going to be able to view it with an ID in the URL. Now what we're going to do is find message. We want to know what message that is, equals db query select star from messages where ID equals question mark. And then again, if you haven't watched my database video, highly recommend you watch that. And we're going to pass in that ID. And then there should never be more than one of these. So what we're going to do is find, we'll just say message. Not my usual way of doing it, but anyway, message equals find message Q first. Since there's only one, we're not gonna for each through anything. We're just gonna get that message back. So let's stop here for a second, and we're gonna do D&D message. And you'll notice that if you view the page right now, you're gonna get an error. So we're gonna go to message.php. There's nothing there because I'm getting an invalid for each. But if I were to come in here and put ID equals 3. Let's see what happened there. Did I mess up? Oh, there's still a for each on the page. Where'd that come from? Okay, let's see what we did. That's why we're doing this live. So find message Q. DB query select star from messages, MESSAGES, where ID equals ID. So we're getting the ID. We're passing it in here, and the message is find message Q. Yeah, so message equals, let's see. So it is expecting something it's not getting. So let's make sure that I'm spelling everything right. The table's name is messages, MESSAGES. Select star from MESSAGES where ID equals, and I forgot the word array. So, yep, spelling mistake. It happens to the best of us, and it happens to me. There we go. Okay, so now you'll see that if I change this, I am getting different messages in here. So depending on the message, I get something different. So what we want to do is, we'll worry about security a little bit more later. Let's go ahead and just start building this. And so we have the message, and now what we want to do is just echo this out. Let's start getting some of this information out. So if we look here, you'll see that in fact, we're going to go ahead and split screen again. So you'll see that in the message table, we have these fields. Let's go to structure. It'll be easier for you to see. So let's look down here. And we're not going to try to make this pretty. Let's just, subject. Then we're going to do PHP echo, message. Got to put the dollar sign. Okay. We're done echoing. I'm going to put a normal HTML break tag. Then we are going to look back at what we did here on the profile, and you'll see this HTML entities thing. So we're going to copy that just to remember this. In fact, we'll just take the whole thing. So now what we want, we have this messages equals message queue. So now the message, we'll just say, equals HTML entities, and then we have this messages, and then if you look here, the column name is message body. Okay, so now what we've done is we've taken this thing and we're processing it in HTML. We're processing the message body. So now, oh, I did that on the wrong page. Okay, so I thought that looked a little funny. Okay, so there we go. Let's save that. Here we go, message. So we'll just type MSG equals HTML entity decode, and then that is message. There we go. So now this is the message, because what we've done is we've taken that HTML and we've processed the message in the body with that. So now what we want to do is type in message. Let's we'll put the break here, and then we will do, we're going to echo that out. All right, so let's just stop there for a second and look at the page. So now we have, we're missing something here. We have message subject is not a real thing. So if we look here, we'll see message subject. Oh, and it's probably because that one didn't have a subject. But let's make sure. Undefined variable message subject. The reason for that is because that is, we need this. So this is the variable. So this needs to be message . And just to stop for a second, I know this video is getting a little long, but basically what we've done, we searched for the messages, and the message is this. This is the message, this is the message subject, the message body, all of that kind of stuff. But to get just the subject, to get just message and then message subject, we need to call this message variable, and then we tell it we want whatever's in this column. So now if I save this, now we have the message. Okay, so the subject is okay for reals this time, and the message is it better work. So let's go ahead, we'll do just a little bit here. Let's do let's add some strong tags here. And then we'll do the same thing here. And then I think we need an extra break here. So let's take a look. How's that look? Not awesome, but it's there. I mean, it's working. It's functional. Yeah, I don't love it, but it's good. It's functional. We can maybe even say sent on. We'll put that sent on thing in there. So and then we'll echo in that. We'll close the strong tags. And then we'll echo this out. We'll echo out sent on. So again, I mean, this isn't awesome, but yeah, we might want to put some spaces in there, some of that. But the gist of it is that as we go through these things, we actually have the messages and they're working. I don't know if there is a message 7 there. Nope, no message 7. So we're going to work on that. But the messages are coming out and they're not pretty, but they are working. So I think that's good for this video. Hope I didn't go too fast on those. I'm kind of in my own brain. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them in the comments or ask them on the User Spice forums.